Welcome back, welcome back. What's going on? What's going on? You already know what it is. So, hope you guys having a good weekend. This video is for people that actually like some of my creativity and shit like that. Um, I put up a couple of days ago that I was gonna make this story called Soul Seekers, and I think I've been working on this story for like a long time. Like I wrote shit down, like a page, maybe two, and I stopped man long ago, and I never went back to it. And then I started playing this game. I forgot what it's called. Um, anyway, I'll remember it eventually. But in this game, it was a really good storyline because I liked it. It was about the future. It was about fucking, I guess, like Armageddon. Like the world got blown up and all this crazy shit happens. And there were these people, like the government and shit, when they kind of knew shit was gonna happen. So they had like these underground vaults, and they had built a bunch of them around the country or some shit like that. And they had all these people. They tried to save as many people as they could. They couldn't save everybody. Like, it's fucking billions of people, millions of people. You can't fucking put millions of people underground. So, all the ones that, passed some test or some shit like that, there was like these tests they started having to prove if he was worthy of fucking being spared. And anyway, what made the game so great was you got to rebuild the people that were chosen to go into the vaults. It wasn't like they were just saving their fucking lives and everything. Um, they had to, eventually come back to the world because they said within 10, 20 years the radiation would be gone. So these people have to come out the vaults and they have to find all the other people that are in vaults in other states. So, they teach them how to rebuild communities and shit. And when you go out, you're supposed to, survey the land and go rebuild shit. And you actually got to not build anywhere you wanted on the map, but certain places. It's a game, and you would meet people. Like, so a lot of people didn't die. Some people just got changed into things, zombies and shit. But it was funny because it wasn't like people were crazy eating each other. Some were, but the zombie people had their own town and shit, and like they used to trade and talk to the regulars or whatever. And then, because people that don't get paid to fucking make video games that are actually better than everyone in the goddamn universe, they play. When we love things, we love shit so much that we don't stop playing it. We don't understand why. We just love everything about it. And then, if they have those type of skills to reprogram the game, they do. Because they're like, wait up, this could be so much more. Why'd they stop? Why ain't they make part two? This is like, this game was out for like 10 years. Imagine a storyline game. It's like Grand Theft Auto, storyline, futuristic, all this, right? And then it's online, so you get to help people play it and everything, but it's just one person or some shit like that. These motherfuckers broke the game, cracked the codes, and then made an entire new everything. These motherfuckers made new clothes. These people changed the faces of the characters. They made it where you can literally custom make your own person to every detail. You want a fucking smooth cartoony face with a beard and scars on your face, and you want regular street clothes, you want an army outfit, you want any game outfit from any game ever. You can, like, it got to the point where I'm running around the game as Batman. Like, literally. That is like the craziest shit I've ever, you know? I was playing, like literally. I remember they had a Batman installment, and like you could have all his suits and different things, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is that these people should be getting paid for this. They had people playing this game for I think like 15 years. People are still playing it. Imagine you playing a game 15 years old. There's a fucking game people are still playing for 15 years. Like, come on, bro. Because they changed it and they made it into something else. And then they got bored and started to change the whole game where you could build shit anywhere in the game now. You can change the storyline to where there's this one person that made his own game out of the game, because you can go into the sewers on certain parts and certain maps, right? This dude cracked the code, put all the sewers together, designed new sewers, and then made it where you couldn't go back to the surface ever. And he said, my version of the game is going to be harder because I'm going to make a version of when I'm just changing the timeline. Like, instead of coming out 20 years later, we're going to make it where they had to come out. The story starts for people that are on the surface, and you're not in the bunker. He showed what it would be like to be up there when it's real bad. And I said, yo, that shit was so better than the fucking original game. It was way harder. You get hit and die faster. Fucking the sun doesn't come out until like only for a little bit. You couldn't drink water because the shit had radiation in it, and you had to figure out how to make these radiation things to clean the water and shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? Like, that nigga could have been a game designer. He should be getting, you know what I'm saying? So these dudes is playing with this game so much for so long that when they went to go Fallout, that was the name of the game. And the only reason I remember is because of these people I'm talking about that changed the game like this, and they used their brains to make thousands of other people happy. And because they did so much and allowed so much to be done, the people that actually owned the game went and hired these fucking people for their ideas and said, we want you to come work out on the new game we're actually gonna make. We want you to fucking help us. And they got jobs and shit. Because they showed their creativity and said, I'm bored. I could do this, so, I'm gonna do this. Which leads me to what I was doing. Since they did that, when the corona started and shit, I remember I used to play one of the versions of the game, and I used to make my own story out of it, and I used to record it, because I was heavy on the Xbox. Like, I had a lot of people I used to play with and different shit. And so when I was preaching on my other channel for a side project, I used to create this story. And people that used to be in my community of gaming, they used to watch that shit and be like happy. Not all of them, but Anyway, so I just missed it because, one, it helps you think. Two, you know what I mean? I never knew I could do shit like that. Like, I never knew I would be interested in like making like a movie type of shit. But that's because I never had the capabilities to do it. when those fucking guys did all that shit to the game, you could do so much. I was making a whole future Batman story and shit. Then I was making some other story. I was just making little short stories and shit out of all the things they allowed you to have. And I think that's what's bringing me to where I'm going now. Like I said, I made a video a couple days ago with this game Division. Now, it's basically the same concept, except it's around like not so far in the future. It's the time of like now, but the technology is way better. But you know, we do have technology like this. We just don't watch the military channel and shit, so you don't know that they got these things. You see the game and you're like, oh, it's a game. No, well, most of that shit's real. All that shit that I be showing y'all in that game, when I play my game clips, y'all think I just play that shit just to show y'all game clips and like, oh, I'm good at it. No, I'm trying to show you, motherfucker, they got technology like this, duh. Stupid. Gold looks, you know. I'm trying to show you. And then also, you know what I mean? I'm trying to show y'all what your kids is learning about. Like, you get it? Kids is playing video games and they're learning off the shit. Anyway, so I decided to do it again because I've been playing this game for a while now. And it's the same thing. They don't change the game. But in this game, this shit is, I don't know, it's really popular, or they're not allowing people to change it like how these other dudes did, or whatever. I don't know what it is, but this game is so useful in creativity. Like, I wish that those same people were allowed to jump into this game, because they did just install a whole new bunch of stuff. And it's so funny because I used to make build videos for that game. I used to be a YouTuber on that level too, because I'm like smart a little bit. So I used to try to help out other gamers that played the game. And that's why I started that channel, because I used to meet new people every day playing this game. And everyone would be like, yo, thank you. You're the GOAT. That build is crazy. You saved us. We went through that mission so fast, I never beat it like that. Yo, how are you just running and charging at everybody? What kind of, you're cheating? I had people accusing me of cheating because I could run around and not die and just charge enemies. And because they would get shot 1 time, 2 times and die. I'm cheating. Because I'm smarter than you. And know how to fucking use the fucking shit they give you in the game. So now, it's like, I think 5 or maybe more years later, maybe 7. And they added in a whole bunch of stuff, right? And on my old game channel, I made I was like, talking and questioning, talking to my audience, and you're gonna take this coffee, though. You're gonna take this coffee. It's no problem. You're gonna take this coffee. Just that. Yeah. And so all the add-ins and stuff they added is really interesting. And then they made the game harder. As they're called legendary missions. There's hard missions, there's normal missions, there's heroic missions, and then there's legendary missions, right? So a while ago, a bunch of the people in the community started complaining, not complaining, but saying the same thing I said. Like, you need to make these boards legendary. You need to change this about the game. You need to make the game harder like this, and you need to And then years later, I watched my video again. Everything I said in the fucking video, they changed in the game. I said, I know these niggas ain't watch my video, but maybe somebody seen mine and they complained about it, and you get it, when one person see it, they say, I agree with that, yeah, and then they go talk to somebody that actually is somebody. You get it? A real content creator, they give their opinion, and then it starts floating around, and the ideas start floating around. So like, it's bad too. Like, even gear sets, like, man, shit, bro. Like, I swear, I hate being such a waste of fucking intelligence. It's insulting. Like, a lot of people think I'm being cocky or trying to whatever. No, motherfucker, I create shit with my brain that most motherfuckers can't do it. You're not gonna do it. You gonna get bored. One, you ain't never gonna think of it. Two, if I told you to think of it, you'd only go so far. Your brain ain't gonna think like that because you ain't built like that. You're built to watch shit. And some niggas is built to create shit. And that's just what it is. And I don't know. I like making stories. Like, that's why I like rapping. So now I'm working on this new shit, like I said. And it's basically me. I'm trying to make this video to give a rundown because I don't have equipment like these people. I gotta use this broken ass phone and shit. Y'all see the videos, man. I don't know how to link in all this stuff like I used to know. And so I'm just gonna do it the way I gotta do it, man. I'm trying to make everything perfect, man. I could be dead tomorrow, bro. I get hit by a car tomorrow, and all these things I want to do just never be real. Fuck out of here, man. I'm trying to make as many of my creations come to this world before I die as possible. I don't know what the fuck you niggas is living life for, but that's what I'm trying to do, no matter what it is. Anyway, so the game's gonna be basically about a man, basically me, you know what I'm saying, a fake version of me in the army, you know what I mean, and he's with these people. The game's about division, and he has a brother that's from New York, he's from New Jersey. There's the whole bunch, it explains the story, but certain things are maybe not explained or understood because I watched the video over, and I watch things as a fan, and I'm like, well, what about this? Like, if I was watching this, what the fuck, this shit don't make sense, and that shit don't make sense, get it? So it came out decent, and that's why I wanted to make this little video to explain certain maybe gaps or whatever. There's an agent named Keener, is the protagonist, bad guy in the game or whatever, supposedly. And that's what gave me the idea to even make this fucking story, is because the protagonist in the game, to me, he's a bad guy, but he's really not. Because the agency that they work for, they call them Division. They train the best of the best of the best of fucking people around the United States, right? But no one's ever allowed, they never do their job until the world falls apart or some shit. That's their job. So they could be anybody. It could be a cop, it could be a teacher, it could be a doctor, it could be a fireman, it could be anybody. You'll never know who these people are until this shit gets rocking and the cities start going crazy and riots and all this shit. That's when they come out and start regulating shit so, people cannot, we could still have civilization. And they trained them and told them they're above all laws. Like, they can do anything they gotta do to make sure to get the United States back to where it needs to be. Like, they could do whatever. If you're a chief of police or army government guy and they suspect you of whatever, they could blow your fucking head right off, and that's it. Assume commander, your whole commander, your whole unit, just show the badge and show the they'll call the president and be like, yeah, that's our man. Your dude is just gone. He's gone. He should have listened to him. He's dead. So they got that type of authority to exercise, like they're above everything and everyone except the main people they work for. But they got special agents to take care of them if they go bad. They got plans for everything. So in the game, this dude Keener ends up going bad, and he goes bad, but the way the story's going, like, I interpret shit very different. and I beat the whole game, and I listened to a lot of storylines. And everything he did, it was just like the Joker story. Everybody says the Joker was the bad guy in the Batman Returns or whatever when Heath Ledger came. But by the end of the fucking movie, nigga, all the mafia dudes were dead or in jail. All the crooked cops, everybody knew who they were now. The Joker took out